Hello, dear students. Today we have Mihajlo, who's
Hello.
a university student, dentistry. So we'd like to start with a quick dictation. It's not that quick, but a few chunks. So he will be taking some notes, and then after dictation, Mihajlo will share with you key points. And so please take dictation yourself as well if you'd like to challenge or just listen. Okay, shall we start? Ready?
Yes.
Thank you. Back in 2016, I was burning the candle at both hands. I was commuting 160 miles round to work. My husband was recovering from a very serious accident. 1 week, everything just came to a breaking point. I was experiencing shortness of breath, heaviness in my chest, and extreme fatigue. But I just blamed it all on stress, menopause, and its life. I might never have taken my angina symptoms seriously had it not been for my husband and two very dear colleagues. One, a nurse, who kept encouraging me to go to see the doctor. But for me, one of my main symptoms just seemed totally unrelated: jaw pain. I now realize that that's just one way in which my angina presents itself. When I did go to see doctor, he was brand new to me and young and took my symptoms very seriously and ordered an EKG. He did not like what he saw and arranged for me to immediately go see a cardiologist. They found 3 blocked arteries and one was 100% blocked. To this day, I'm still so grateful to my primary care doctor for acting so quickly. Had he not, I would have suffered a heart attack. It all came as a shock to me. I had always eaten right, exercised. I've never been overweight and I never smoked. However, there is the genetic side to heart disease. My mother and my father both had heart disease, as did my mother's parents. But at the age of 50, I wasn't even thinking about it. I felt too young. Of course, I've had to live with it and manage my angina since my diagnosis. My message is, please be aware of your genetic risk. Okay, so that's about 13 chunks. So, Mihajlo, could you please share any points you got?
So, in 2016, patient was experiencing some symptoms as shortness of breath, chest pain, and fatigue that she did not take seriously because she thought it was just work stress and life stress. But there was one symptom that was giving it away, and that was the jaw pain. People around her motivated her to go to doctor, and doctor saw jaw pain as the symptom that should be accounted for, and he ordered EKG and to see a cardiologist, which then diagnosed angina pectoris, and they found that she has 3 blocked arteries, out of which one is completely blocked, and that she's at risk of a heart attack. She was shocked because she had good lifestyle choices. She ate healthy, slept good, never smoked. But there is also a genetic aspect to the disease. Her mom and dad had heart problems, and also parents of her mom, her grandparents from mom's side. She was 50 years old at the time of diagnosis, and she wants to spread awareness about the disease and about genetic risk, and to tell all people that even though they live healthily, they should always take genetic aspect into the account.
Okay, perfect, great. Yes, you've got almost all of the points. Just let me share something. So I've typed in most of the, not everything, but so just bear with me 1 minute, 1 second. Hopefully it's sharing. Yes, I think so. Okay, so the patient, this first sentence that she mentioned, burning the candle, this is like an idiom. So she was doing too much. So she was just really stressed, working very hard, long hours. So that caused her stress. And also her partner, her husband, had a serious accident. And then it all came to a breaking point. So she just couldn't handle it anymore. And as you mentioned, so she had shortness of breath, heaviness in chest, and fatigue. So she was very, very tired. And she blamed it all on stress and also menopause. So this is something women experience when usually around 40 or 50 and life. And one symptom, as you correctly quoted, so was jaw pain. So she couldn't understand because angina is usually in the middle of the chest or maybe left shoulder, or not necessarily jaw pain. And then she said that's the one way that disease actually manifests or presents itself. So she realized it herself. She never made the link between heart and face. And then she had EKG or ECG, depending on which area. So in America, it's EKG, so it's an American patient. And she was recommended to see a heart doctor or cardiologist immediately, so right away, because she was quite serious condition. So we know there are 3 main arteries that supply heart with the oxygen. So one of those coronary arteries was 100% blocked. So in a worst case scenario, she could have possibly suffered or had a heart attack. And her messages, so I only read one message, was genetic risks, as we mentioned, family members. And also she said, don't play down this. She also in the video that I watched, so she also said, take all the symptoms seriously and make sure to go to see the doctor, hospital, and get tested and advocate to have all the tests. So that's pretty much all the angina pectoris or angina pectoris, or usually angina. So any learning points for you today, Mihajlo? So usually we don't do maybe cardiology, but today was cardiology.
So the phrase that I heard for the first time is actually burning the candle. So that is the idiom for too much. Also the fatigue as tiredness. Disease presents itself. When something presents itself, it means that it comes to realization, practically.
That's right.
English, also we have some English way, UK ways and US ways of saying some words, like
EKG or ECG, that's
yes,
right, for the screening test.
Yes, and cardiologist is the heart doctor. GP is general practitioner. To disregard is to ignore, and that's it.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So let me just stop sharing this. Yes, okay. So thank you all very much, and I hope you learned something, and please write any comments, questions, whatever you like. So thank you, Mihajlo.
Thank you
again for your time and effort. Thank you.